Well, sure, good news. What do you guys got?
Well, I don't know if this is good news or not, but I'll share it.
Okay.
I woke up way early this morning thinking about how I can buy my listing and then rent out different things and rooms and the house that I'm in and all that kind of stuff. And still make it a win situation for my clients and all that kind of stuff. I haven't gotten very far thinking about it because I've been thinking about the storm, but that's what I woke up thinking about.
Congrats. That's a good one. There's one of our Zooms that we did. One of our Monday Night Lives is all on house hacking. And Rick, that's what it is. It's Rick. Yeah, they've house hacked their entire time. So look up that one and watch that one because she walked you through exactly how she. All right. What other good news we got out there?
Oh, come on, you guys.
I learned how to do my first reel yesterday on Facebook.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. So I did a reel on the one of the new construction homes with this contractor, with this builder.
Okay.
Turned out pretty good. And then also I got in touch with another builder. So I sold the lot to a we're going to close later this month. No, I'm sorry. This month is over. We'll be closing next month.
October.
On a lot. And so I have the buyer and the seller. The buyer wants to build on the lot. So I'm helping her to source contractors, builders that can build a home for her. It's in a golf course community, so it's a certain type of house that has to be built. So I think I found a builder. I went to look at his house, one of the houses that he is about 90% done with on yesterday. Very nice house. And so looks like hopefully they can do business. I'm trying to write myself in the contract so that I can get paid from that as well.
Yep.
And hopefully build a relationship with him because I have other people that want to build.
Oh, we're going to talk about that too. This is so good. This is so good. All right. Cool beans. Congrats, Craig. All right. Who else has got some good news?
PF.
I know. Thank you, Kathy.
He tries to slide way too much and I want to all the time. So.
And he calls out other people and doesn't let them slide sometimes too. So, all right. As I was told when I was 12 years old and was very insulty in my humor, if you're going to dish it, got to take it. What you got, PF?
Well, I was waiting for Brianna because she clashed with Laura at one point.
Oh,
So,
I defer to you.
Okay. Mine is not exactly real estate related because I have another business and I am in BNI for that business. And I was asked to be the secretary treasurer for my chapter next year. So
clearly you are trustworthy.
Yes.
They want you to handle the money. So nice.
Yes.
Very
and
nice.
I'm in the finance committee for Massachusetts Association of Realtors. So I'm becoming the finance guy.
Very cool. Will you do my taxes?
Oh, geez. Yes, sure. Yes, yours would probably be very complicated and quite the learning experience.
Very cool. All right, Bree?
So I reached out to 3 different Toastmasters. And I'm waiting.
Toastmasters?
Huh?
What is Toastmasters?
Toastmasters. So you work on your public speaking skills. It's an organization, national organization, and they meet and brainstorm and mastermind. So I found 3 that were by me. So I reached out to them and so I'm waiting to hear back. Non-real estate related. I ran a 10-minute mile
Wow.
after not running. It's probably been a good 8 years.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
That
Like,
is
I
Wow.
jogged, so but I just went out and did a 10-minute mile, and so I'm hoping to get it down to like a 9 or 8.
Wow.
So
Yeah, in my neighborhood, I can barely drive a 10-minute mile.
I hear
right.
that. I don't know if I can bike one. All right.
Might take a
Congratulations.
shot at a bike.
Hey, Liz, can you talk today? And
Yes.
yes, she can. What you got?
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Morning.
Liz.
First, what do I have? Okay. Excited to be talking to people about the Home Partners of America program, working with 2 that are considering diving in over there. I too woke up this morning because Jay Connor's private lending conference that's coming up keeps speaking to me for some reason. So I have to figure out where this maps into my space because it's calling to me now. And I just wanted to mention to Kathy that if you need some information on how to house hack, I have some information also on how to do it in the student housing program area.
Okay.
So that's my good news.
I'm thinking about the
Cool.
Jay Connor thing too, but I haven't gotten my stuff all booked up for it.
I haven't either, and I'm looking at the dates. I need to be able to make sure I can get the dates off, but I got his book and I read almost half of it this morning. I was like,
What's
this
the
is,
name of the book, Liz?
oh gosh, it's upstairs. Hold on.
But it's Jay
Uh,
Connor.
Yeah, Jay Connor, CONNER.com.
He was
slash
on our
book.
Monday meeting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was on our Monday meeting. He'll send you a copy, for free and just cover the shipping cost. And it's titled Stand By. What do I do with it now? Because I was so into it. I'm like, I need to put this away and actually get my work done at the law firm today. Okay, let me find the book and I'll jump back in with it.
Okay.
Because
Cool beans.
It's about
But-
private money though. Free.
Yeah.
and it's his system is really like exploding in my head, like the way he's doing. Where to Get the Money Now is the name of the book.
I'm putting it on the chat.
All
Like-
right.
Love it. Thank you so much, PF.
Because
the
Uh,
event-
I just got it too.
Yeah, the event's at the end of October, and for some reason it keeps pecking at me. So I'm like, I need to be there I'm feeling like I need to be there. Not sure why, but I'm feeling like it's the place I need to go. So that's where I'm at.
I say pay attention to that. Yesterday, we both had a trip to Puerto Vallarta, but it conflicted with the baby. We'd booked it long ago. And actually we'd canceled a different trip to book the Puerto Vallarta trip in Mexico City and someplace else, Texaco or something. I don't remember what it was, but whatever. Anyway, so I canceled mine as soon as I realized that we had the baby. I didn't cancel it. I just turned in the credit and then I actually bought the ticket to come here. But my husband's not turned in his and not turned in his and not turned in his. And you're going to lose it if you don't do it. And so yesterday I was like, you know what? He's trying to do whatever he's trying to do with the hurricane. I'm just going to call Alaska and get it taken care of. So I called Alaska. And when I first pulled up the trip, I saw the 29th, which is today. I saw it yesterday and I was like, oh, because, holy crap, almost missed it because I couldn't remember when the trip was, but it's actually October 29th. Well, when I called Alaska, they were like, no, you can't do anything, but you got to use the ticket up by the end of the year. And I'm like, crap, I don't know if we're going to go anywhere and blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, but I can't do anything. Let me transfer you over to this other person. And this other person gets on the line and she goes, oh my gosh, it's tomorrow. There's a hurricane. You can't fly out anyway. I'm going to give you a full refund. I was like,
Awesome.
alrighty. I know. So pay attention. I told you to tell you this, pay attention when you hear that little voice that sometimes, is like, you really need to do this. You really need to do this. So, okay.
I have
Yes.
on that note, I have some good news that's related to that.
Yeah.
So I manage 3 properties and a triplex, and 2 of the units are becoming vacant tomorrow.
Mhm.
One of my coworkers at the restaurant happened to say that she needed a place to live, but the place I have is 45 minutes away.
Mhm.
I was like, well, I have a rental that's coming up. And she's like, that's perfect.
Wow.
I have it, but somebody just told me to rent, mention that I do property management to her. And so she's gonna rent it out as soon as we turn it.
Love it.
So,
Love it. Yep. Again, pay attention. That's very, very cool. That really is. Okay. Do we have any challenges? And then I want to kind of dig into something Laura said and something Craig said, but let's go with challenges first. What do you guys got? Anything? Okay, I'm going to dig in. Laura. And Craig, since you're doing, I don't know, Craig, can reels be, out of curiosity, before I dig into this, can reels be done and saved and not put up immediately, or do they have to be put up immediately, or do you know? Or does anyone know?
I think you can save them because I don't know how long, I went back to mine yesterday. The cool thing about it too is I did it on Facebook, and I'm trying to do it on TikTok as well, and then the other platform. But I could download it to my phone, and then it would download without the music. So I could go back, put it back on Facebook, and then add any music that I want to
Right.
it.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. And I asked that because of this. When Laura, your newsletter that's going out, where all is it going? Is it just going out to your database, or are you reformatting it for other places to go out?
No, it's just going out to my database.
Okay, so think about this as you guys are making reels and any print that you guys are doing, any of it, print, media, any media that you guys are doing, reels, vids, newsletters, blogs, anything like that. Look at how many different ways that material can be used. So spend some time and kind of brainstorm out of where else could I use it if maybe I just tweak it a little tiny bit. So local newspapers like print, blog on your website, going out as a newsletter to your database, going out for reels as a short little message that's going out to everybody in your phone, going out via your CRM, going out to maybe your realtor association. I had a guy that worked with me. What is that magazine that is for real estate agents that I can't think of right now? Inman. I had a guy who wrote for Inman all the time. Success Magazine. Gosh, trying to think of the girl's name that does a ton of magazines. They're always looking for people to write. And if you go through the process of, you submit an article and they like it, then you've got another avenue. It makes it so that your one piece of work can go out all over the place, everywhere. And it gives you massive credibility. It's very, very credible to be on a listing appointment and go, well, I wrote an article about pricing your home right. It was actually an Inman magazine. Let me get you a copy of that. Okay. Or on a listing appointment, when I did it, I was like, I write the broker's corner. That's me. This is me. Here's my articles here. Here's my articles here. You might have seen me, and then your articles, when they get out, there's a lot of, like I did the 10 things that they tend to stay local. A lot of the stuff that you're doing can tend to stay local. And so I did things like the 10 things you need to know before you pick an agent to list your house, the 10 things you need to know before you buy, the blah, blah, blah. And I would be on a listing appointment, the 10 questions you have to ask your listing agent before you list. And I'd be on a listing appointment, and about 3 questions in, I'm like, they have my list. But that list is tailored exactly to you and who you are. Do you work with a team? Here's why that's important. Do you also work with investors? Here's why that's important. And you're tailoring it exactly to who you are. It's a really cool way to get credibility. Also, it takes your article and it gives you a bunch of different places to publish. So you start looking like you're all over the place. So what my assistant did, I did not do this. What she did was she just created a spreadsheet and we had the title of my article and we had all the different places it could go. And then she actually would format it like this one needed X amount of words and that one needed it to whatever, you know what I mean? She would just format it for the different things and then she would send it out. So we're getting ready these couple weeks while I'm in, long weeks actually, while I'm here in Washington State. On the back end, we're going through all the different places stuff can be put. And then we're gathering up all the topics, titles, fodder, and all that kind of stuff. And even like these meetings, I've got my daughter going through these and she's pulling out like, that's a really good idea for a class. That's a really good idea for a TikTok. That's a really good idea for this. And she's pulling all that out so that when I get home, I'm ready to hit the ground and we're going to do an entire day of just filming stuff and filming tons of it so I can get it pushed out for me personally, because I need to get a back surgery done and I want to have a whole body of stuff so it can just start going out all over the place. So look at what you're doing and how to leverage it. Let's leveraging what you're doing at a high level. You're already producing it. You might as well leverage it all out. Does that make sense? So yeah, so leverage your stuff. So think about all the different places it can go, figure it out, and then just start sending stuff out and tracking it, that you're writing it already. And then any feedback or anything on that before I move into the idea that Craig gave me? All right, idea for Craig gave me. Craig, you're working with construction and builders.
Yeah, I am. So I'm trying to build relationships with builders, small to medium builders. You know, because I have people that want to build, and you know, it's just tough for them to find a builder. They don't know where to start. So I'm trying to find builders, build a relationship with them, and also learn their processes and what they do. So that's what I'm looking forward to, because I hate working with buyers, to be honest. So I figured, like, I have buyers that come to me, and I've closed some buyers this year, but I let some slip through the cracks. So now I have another young lady that's in EXP. She wants to come to the team, by the way.
Cool. Introduce
She's
her.
never.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, she's never been on a team. She's pretty new to real estate, but she's doing well. And so she buys leads. So with that being said, I can get leads and I can refer them to her. I'm like, no need of me just losing these leads. I can refer them to her. She can work them and I can get paid, and she can as well.
I love that. All right. Tons of ideas here. Okay, you guys, new construction. What's the first idea?
For us,
For Craig to do? What do you guys know? What was the Monday Night Live class that had new construction? Do you guys remember?
yeah.
Do you remember?
I just don't remember what it's called. There's a site that we had a guy on there that is up north, and he's got he's got a website that you can utilize for new builders.
Poodle.com.
Hoodle. There we go.
Thank
Craig,
you.
talk about Hoodle.
Oh yeah, I bought into Hoodle.
Okay, cool. You are doing it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And all right. So how's that working for you? Is it working for you? What do you think about it and all that good stuff?
I've not really done much with Hoodle. The one builder that I have, that I just built a relationship with, the lady that's building a few homes, I have not put her stuff on there because the neighborhood doesn't really have a name yet. And it's only a few homes in there, and with the mobile homes scattered in. So I really didn't know how to put that on the Hoodle website.
Okay. I have a different
Bet
idea.
you can put your reels on there.
On Hoodle.
Yeah, I bet you can.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. I didn't think of that either. What about using the the Where Money Moves app or the Where the Money Moves website? Do you
I'm
remember
not
that one?
familiar with that one. No.
Okay. So I'm going to share screen and I'm going to pull it up and let's see if we can get it. Okay, let me get out of here. Over.
We have so many tools that are awesome and just not enough time to do it all.
Well, and it's also how many walks actually. The thing of it is I think for me, what I like doing is putting tools together. So for instance, we have the bank tracker where we can see what banks have non-performing assets. And I told Gary, I said, you can find exactly what the assets are. He goes, no, it doesn't list them. I go, but it tells you what the bank is. He goes, yeah. And I said, well, just go over to RealFlow and pull up the bank. And he's like, oh my God, you can find it. I'm like, bingo. So you can find stuff. So you're in North Carolina. What county are you in, darling? And where is it? Well, you're driving, but what county are you in?
South Carolina. So,
South Carolina.
yeah, Greenwood.
Greenwood. So are you in the middle? Are you at the top? Where are you? Let's
Go over to the left there a little and back up. Go back to the left. We're on the west side.
there you are, Greenville. All right. So
Ooh,
where's
look at
money
that.
moving around?
Well, that's
Way
that's
high up in the
Greenville.
green.
Okay.
So
So your money is coming from Florida and Connecticut and the other two counties around Gainwell from Greenwood County. You said Greenville, right?
Greenwood, but I do work
Greenwood.
Greenville. The new construction homes that the builder has is actually in Greenville County.
Okay, so let's go to okay, so for Greenville, those would be the areas that you would advertise in your Hoodle and your Reels, and you could hook up with Braden on Facebook and you could talk about putting that stuff in together. And now you're combining all that stuff because, so what we're doing, I'm going to stop sharing right here. What you're doing, if you're going to go after a niche, which is what you're doing,
Uh-huh.
I want you to constantly be thinking of how can I explore, how can I leverage this niche? So I'll use my example when I did 1-year-old expired short sales. That's what I did. So I called them up, I called them and I listed them. But then once I got the whole system kind of going and I was like, this is what I do. I lead generate, I list the properties. Then I started looking about, okay, I didn't know about leveraging. I just was like, where's the holes in my business? And the hole in my business was I was losing 20% of my deals to the county courthouse steps. If I listed 10, I only sold 8. And it really pissed me off because they would take them back to foreclosure. And I found out that's twice as good as the national average. Later, I found that out, but I didn't care. I lost 2 deals every single time I listed 10 houses, which just fried me. So I found out I worked a deal with somebody who was buying houses at the courthouse steps, and then they would sell them back to my clients. And so I was at least capturing that back end of it. And it wasn't all of them, but it was a portion of it. And then I found another company that would negotiate the short sales for me, and they were doing marketing, and I could do a deal with them and I could pull in more. And it was just this constant of where are the holes in the business and how can I take this and leverage it out further and further and further and further. So for you with Hoodle and Where Money Moves and Braden, you could probably start to build some stuff and start to connect this thing in together.
Okay. So Braden, use him to do like the ads and stuff. Okay.
And yeah, let them know I'm specifically going after new construction and I want to go in these areas with this listing. How do I do that?
Gotcha.
Yep. And hone him down to what he does and help him get your stuff set up that way. And do you have is there anything that says new construction or anything like that in your branding, your look, your card, your anything? Website?
Not yet. Not yet.
Thinking about that.
Yeah. And I got to figure out a way to implement commercial as well. I don't think I'll put commercial on the website. I don't think it'll be a good idea to mesh the two, but I'm gonna make cards specifically for commercial.
Yep. So some people they keep them completely separate. Like luxury does that also. Luxury will have one look for their luxury stuff and one look for their not. Commercial can keep them separate, and I understand why, because there's a lot of people look down their nose at commercial residential agents that play commercial. Some commercial agents are like, no, it's just a resi person who doesn't know what the hell they're doing, blah, 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 because there's a lot of that. So I understand keeping them separate. Other people meld it in together perfectly and it works for them, but your area and your people. So let's just use double branding. I have seen two sides of a business card for the people that merge their stuff in together.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever you think is best. If you think it's best to separate. Okay, so commercial, the new home construction. When you do, is there a way to marry those two together on another level, like commercial land deals for your new construction or something along those lines? Is that something?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I think that would be possible, because here I'm not finding a lot of the big commercial buildings per se, the $2-5 million buildings, but I am finding a lot of commercial lots.
Okay, are you a place that does more infill? One house here, like your other builder, one house here, one house here, one house here, two in this neighborhood, but not like I have a tract of land and I put up 700 houses.
Yeah, so that's what's in Greenwood County. It's more the one house here, one there. In Greenville, it's a ton of tract builders.
Okay.
So it's been a challenge to find the small and medium builders in that county. And then in Greenwood County, it's only like 2 tract builders here, but it's tough finding the contractors that have the manpower to build more than one home at a time.
Yeah, they're not set up for that.
Yeah.
So if you were going to go find builders, besides the National Builders Association and researching that out, have you dug into there yet?
Some. I went to the Builders Association in Greenville. So I do have a list of builders that's there. Now I just got to dig through them and find them. I talked to a few lenders and got builders from them as well.
Good idea.
Yeah. So I have a few builders from them that I talked to.
Do you know anyone on the planning commission?
I don't.
Zoning?
Pardon me, zoning, planning, yeah, that might be an avenue also to get some ideas. Where else, if he was gonna go find builders, would be a good source to go find some builders that, are actually building?
Some of the builders are affiliates rather, in our MLS. So you can reach out to them.
Yeah, we do have a few of those. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Because I mean, I tell you to go through licensing, but there's probably 8 million contractors licensed and they don't do squat, nor, you know what I mean? It's probably not, it's probably gonna take a while. Because chamber, BNI, that kind of stuff also reaching out to see who's out there. But I think the zoning and planning and all that kind of stuff.
I know that they have,
I'm sorry.
I know they have groups for builders too.
Okay.
Yeah, because what I found here is it's a lot of GCs, general contractors that call themselves builders, but they're not actually builders.
Right.
No, they're managers.
Yeah.
And schedulers.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But it might be in the groups that there are more.
I need to find the groups.
Yep. Yeah, the groups, if they do dinners or if they do, I don't know what they do, who knows, but I would actually, you know what I would do? I would tap into Ron also. You bought into Hoodle, I call him up and tap into him. Give me sources of going to find these people.
Yeah.
Yep, see what else he's got out there. That's his world, he lives in it, like tap into him. Okay. This is exciting.
Yeah, so I do have a few GCs, but it's the same thing, like one is even out of town, and they're building a few homes here and there.
Right.
My concern is, with as far spread out as they are,
Mhm.
for number one is, how would they contract here, find the subcontractors here
Mhm.
that would be dependable and do good work when they're not here,
Right.
and how long would it actually take? So I don't want to have to send my people to them and not knowing how they're gonna do.
Okay, that's a really good point. So when I had a vendor list group, book, resource, sort of like an Angie's List, but it was my personal one. And when someone asked for something, let's say they asked for a plumber, and I didn't have a plumber on my list, or whatever, doesn't matter. We would talk, I would help them with resourcing out. I would go to my, for me, I went to my office and literally it's like, who's got a good plumber? And then I would get 3 or 4 names and I would meet with them and I'm like, okay, look, here's 3 or 4 people. I've never used any of them. Will you do me a favor? Either one of these or whoever it is that you do choose, I want to know like everything about them. And I want to know because I'm going to be referring them out to other people, or I'm never going to refer them out to other people. And if I could, I liaison to get the information to that person. Like I'll call the people if you want and have them call you, because I told them, look, I'm a real estate agent. Here's what I do. I do da 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 da. I've got a client that might be interested in using your services. And if so, and they like you and you do good work, I would like to be able to promote your business and continue moving forward with referring people to me. And what I'm telling you without telling you is if you screw up, I will kill you, and I want you to know there's a lot of business that could be happening your direction. And it doesn't always work. I've had people that have been like, yeah, and then done a crap job. And you're like, what kind of moron are you? But when I tell my clients, are you cool with guinea pigging on this one and doing the research and, helping me build out my whatever I called that, my vendor resource list. I can't remember what I called it. Usually it was pretty positive. Yeah, I'll help you with that. So that's how I sold that, of not knowing the person.
Yeah. One other thing that I'm having a challenge with as well is, a lot of the lenders say that they do construction loans, which they do. But what I'm finding is, they do so many other loans and they only do so many of the construction loans that they really don't know how to do the construction loan. They don't know how to put them together. And that's what I'm finding with this client, trying to get her a contractor and a good lender, for the loan. Had a lender, I thought she was going to work with me. She gave me some information. I was building a relationship with her so we could do some co-marketing and stuff. And then she just kind of ghosted me. I've talked to a couple more and, asked them about construction loans. Oh yeah, we do construction loans, but I do USDA, VA, so they go off in a tangent.
Yep. All right. I personally feel that the hardest thing to find in your team, and by team, I mean you're great loan person, you're great title person, you're great house, appraised inspector, blah, blah, blah. The hardest component I found is trying to get a good LO. Like it's nigh unto impossible. And I tested and tossed stuff all over the place until I finally found my loan person. And actually I had 3, depending upon the product and what it was that we did. And my criteria was that when I tossed you a name, you jumped on top of it and you stayed on top of it. And then you tag team with me if that person didn't get to you, that you could provide a good product, that you thought outside the box. Maybe you knew how to massage stuff through the system. If it was that, I needed the portfolio lender. So I had that. But again, they needed that personality that worked with me. It's not easy finding. Who here has done business and had everything screwed up by the loan officer? if anyone's gonna screw it up, it's a stupid LO, man. It made me crazy. There's a billion of them and 90% of them are suck. They do one loan here and one loan there. They don't have any idea what they're doing at all. So I don't have a great resource for you to find them except for to continue.
I think what I'm
Maybe-
gonna do is go to, I'm gonna start looking at local banks. I'm gonna start reaching out to them and
Ask this
seeing if they
question.
have a good resource.
And do they portfolio their loan? And the other thing to do maybe might be to go to your state, EXP state page and to put out there who's got a good construction loan, and start researching out kind of that way. Honey Badgers also Facebook page might be a good one to go in. You want people that are doing business, like, you know what I mean? Not just my friend does it. You want to know, like, I close a lot of deals. I use this person. They can close deals. They're good at it.
Okay.
Yeah. And start researching out and interview them, let them, back in the old days, used to take us to lunch. I was like, fine, great. Take me to lunch. I want to meet you and know who you are and what you do. And then test them out. And if they don't work, flip them. And when you find a good LO, flip everybody over to it that you possibly can. And the script for that is, where are you in the process? You're working on, yeah, I got a loan officer. Cool. What are you pre-approved for? 2.25. Awesome. Out of curiosity, if we could save you a pile of money, you interested in talking to my guy? Yes. Cool. I'll have him give you a call. And that's how I flipped as many people over as I could, because if they use their own LO, it generally turned into some sort of a nightmare at some point in the process.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, y'all? All right. Tomorrow morning, we're going to do, we'll do the normal Friday format. Ooh, I'm going to call it that, Friday format. I told my son yesterday, because the negotiation game actually came from him. I told my son the other day, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to teach on Friday. And he goes, I'll let you know. He goes, what time is your Zoom? I said, 8:30. I said, wait, he goes, I'll tell you at 8:22. And I'm like, it's actually at 5:30. He goes, I'll tell you at 5. I'm like, stop that. What? Kathy, you're on mute. You're still on mute.
I just looked down at my phone that
Yeah.
a message came in.
Yeah.
Our book is on Amazon.
Shut up, really?
Nice.
It says so. It says the Global Investor Agent book is on Amazon. So
My-
y'all need to go buy one.
I can
I
actually
will.
confirm, I
Oh,
can actually confirm it's on Amazon because I did buy it and I got that yesterday.
how did you get this? Where did
That's
it come
scary.
from? It's scary.
Yeah, there was a email just sent out, a message just sent out at 9:08. So you probably got it.
Well, I don't know where it is.
Well, your name's on it, so I see you got
All
it.
right, we'll go with that, but I do not know where it is, but we'll figure that out later.
Well, like I said, it's a message, so.
Oh,
it's
it's on my
that way.
phone, and my phone is my light right now, so I'm not in the complete dark in here. So I will make do, man.
That's
All
right.
y'all.
You got an awesome light.
It's it's on a box, which I borrowed because I found it to get my camera up, and I don't know, it's whatever. That's what we're doing for a month, so it's all good. It's better than in the hotel room with my husband in the background where I'm like, you cannot be asleep. Why? Because you will snore. Not having you do that. I'm in a hotel room on these meetings. Anyway, that's another story. All right, you guys, have a fabulous day. I love and appreciate you guys so much. I really do. I mean, I don't know how much you guys get out of it, but it energizes me and it's really, really fun. So I appreciate y'all. All right, you guys. Yes.
Catherine,
Yes.
if you text me,
I will.
as soon as I get home, I will send you that number.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, go sell a house.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.